You remember the Avatar logo?
Yeah, it was tribal yet futuristic.
Papyrus!
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the times Ryan Gosling showcased his silly side on SNL.
Yeah, the light laid me down like a baby in a meadow near my house.
Number 10, his Jazzy opening monologue. Hosting SNL for the first time in 2015, Gosling received a surprise visit from Mike Myers, who helped him to embrace his Canadian heritage.
Santa's coming, so don't you pout. It's time to break the Molsons out. We'll club some seals and then we'll shout. That's what Canadian Christmas is about.
Gosling returned to Studio 8H in 2017, bringing a more confident persona, having saved jazz with La La Land. Although he's there to promote Blade Runner 2049, Gosling can't get off his jazzy high horse, convinced that the music genre would have flatlined had it not been for him.
You guys know I saved jazz, right? I mean, I did this movie La La Land, and then everyone was saying that I saved jazz, and I guess it was dying, and I saved it.
While Gosling shows off the piano playing skills he picked up from his Oscar-nominated role, we all know he didn't save jazz. He saved it with Emma Stone, who drops by to remind her co-star that it was a joint effort.
How many times have we talked about this?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. Because you didn't save jazz. We saved jazz.
The monologue showcases Gosling's uncanny ability to be hip and goofy simultaneously. Number 9, wearing Levi's wokes. For all the good that's come from political correctness, you know things have gone a little overboard when a clothing company can't promote a pair of jeans without fearing the wrath of outrage culture.
Yo, you don't know me, jeans.
I'm not a style. I'm not a size.
That's not me.
Thankfully, Levi's has devised an article of clothing that isn't specific to one gender, or any gender really. Levi's wokes look like parachute pants if they were designed by pirates. Of course, if anyone can make this ridiculous ensemble look cool, it's Gosling.
Jeans are woke. Whoa!
Do they come in men's and women's?
Nah.
Do they come in person?
What do you think?
He gets support from the SNL cast, cleverly sending up the quote-unquote triggered generation. Funnily enough, this sketch kind of predicted the future, with Levi's facing a boycott over their gender-neutral jeans line years later. Maybe that campaign would have gone over better if Gosling had given his endorsement.
Wake up with Levi Wokes.
Woke.
Number 8, Henrietta and The Fugitive. Gosling is right at home in a classic film noir setting, although this premise brings a few surreal twists. Playing a fugitive on the run, Gosling gets some help from a chick.
Oh yeah, Spain. You better believe it, baby. And as long as the cops stay off my business, it'll just be you, me, sangria, and paella from here on out.
No, we're talking about a literal chick, or hen to be precise, played by Aidy Bryant. Gosling has a knack for wearing a straight face while performing over-the-top material. When Gosling does break, though, it somehow makes the sketch even more priceless.
She's a chicken! You're a lone wolf! You use them and you leave them behind, but what if she's the one? Oh, stop it.
Gosling stays in character for most of this sketch, bringing out the fugitive's desperation and conflicted feelings for the hen he's been lying to. Once Bryant pulls a gun out of his pants, Gosling can't handle the sheer silliness of the sketch any longer, giving in to his instinct to laugh.
All right, listen, yes, I did use you. And I am still married and I am a criminal. And I'm terrified of prison. But damn it, I've grown to love you.
Number 7, The Whiz meets The Wizard of Oz. Realities have collided in numerous crossover events as of late. This skit begs the question, what if a character from The Wizard of Oz got plopped into The Whiz?
Yeah, I'm sorry, young man. We appreciate you coming by, but this Oz is not for you.
Well, I didn't think that it would be, but now that I'm here, it's really great.
Gosling shines as the empty-headed scarecrow, who has a feeling that he's not on his side of Oz anymore. The scarecrow is fascinated by this new land, which is familiar in some respects with several key differences. For starters, in Wizard of Oz, the term flying monkey doesn't raise any eyebrows.
Whoa! No, We don't call them that here. We call them winged warriors. Yeah, we had a lot of meetings about that.
In The Whiz, you can feel everyone tensing up, and for good reason. Despite not making the best first impression, the Scarecrow earns everyone's respect upon casually revealing that he helped smoke the Wicked Witch of the West. Now, that's cred.
Oh, we threw some water on her and killed her.
Boy, Scarecrow, I didn't know you had it in you.
Number 6. An awkward birthday party. This sketch again pairs Gosling with A.D. Bryant, although it may be even more uncomfortable than the hen love story.
Woo-woo-woo. Party police, you girls are under arrest.
We're having too much fun.
Dad, that's so lame. Go away.
Gosling brings serious dad energy with a mustache, a plaid shirt, and a pair of khakis. Oh, and dad jokes, naturally. There are no boys at his daughter's 13th birthday party. Fortunately for Bryant's Melanie, she's into men. One particular man, which is unfortunate for Gosling's character.
Dad is back. All right. Backstreet Boys?
Oh, hot ham, the hunk is back.
As the other girls point out how gross this is, Gosling tries to remain polite while setting up clear boundaries for his daughter's friend. In addition to tearing down those boundaries, Melanie breaks the furniture and Gosling. We'd say this is inappropriate, but the fact that Bryant was actually in her late 20s removes the ick factor.
All right, Melanie, all right. Now I'm calling your mom. You just destroyed my house and you're covered in cake.
Oh, do you like that?
Number 5. Flipping the Fliplets script. Mikey Day, Alex Moffat, and Gosling play brothers in the house-flipping business. Filming an ad for their reality show, Day and Moffat try to come off as inviting, but there's a sense of phoniness to their delivery.
I'm the guy who'll turn whatever nightmare he finds you into the home of your dreams.
I'm Tristan, and when our parents divorced, I was the only one that went to live with our dad.
Anyone who's ever watched an HGTV show knows what we're talking about. Gosling also comes off as friendly, although the tone of his voice doesn't at all match what he has to say. Rather than talk about home renovation, Gosling's Tristan unpacks his family's emotional baggage in a drive-by therapy session.
I don't think they ever fully grieved the death of our family.
Not really the platform, buddy.
No.
So rather than face the demons that they have, they go city to city trying to build the home they never had.
Their parents' divorce has left psychological wounds that have likely only been intensified by Tristan's substance use. We'd say that the other two brothers should have hosted this without Tristan, but then they couldn't call the show the Fliplets.
And some might say that was the day the light inside me dimmed. But I would say that was the moment that the darkness began to shine.
Number 4. Getting punked by Pizza Hut. In 2008, restaurant patrons chowed down on Tuscany pizza, only to learn Pizza Hut delivered. Nearly a decade later, other chains like McDonald's have also pulled a fast one. SNL parodied this trend with Gosling and Cecily Strong among a group of diners who find out their Italian dinner was Pizza Hut in disguise.
I was just eating Terrazzano's pasta with my beautiful fiancée, and now a bunch of clowns walk out with Pizza Hut. And you're saying that's what we actually ate? I'm a little confused.
Where others see this as playful, Gosling and Strong behave like they've been personally victimized in an act of unforgivable deception.
Who else knew about this, huh? What about you, Mark? What was your involvement in all this?
They not only question what they just ate, but who they are if Terrazzano's isn't a real restaurant. While the giggles get the better of Gosling toward the end, he plays most of the sketch with an intimidating death glare that'll make you say, let's eat at Domino's instead.
If this weren't Terrazzano's, I would beat you to death.
There is no Terrazzano's!
Domino. At least we're not liars.
Number 3. Acting like a Santa baby. Gosling's intense side resurfaces in a disturbing sketch that's best described as a very blue Valentine Christmas.
We're out of milk. He's gonna have to settle for bourbon instead.
Santa doesn't drink. He's got to drive the sleigh.
Gosling and Vanessa Bayer play a seemingly normal adult couple that never stopped believing in Santa Claus. Under the impression that St. Nick is at a holiday party, the two don't just get excited. They get bizarrely sexual.
So much, baby.
When the party's host tries to explain that Santa isn't really there, Gosling goes from sensual to psychotic, turning a candy cane into a lethal weapon.
I want to meet Rudolph.
Rudolph isn't here, Gina.
Then how the did Santa get here, Dave?
If the host is going to survive this silent night, he'll have to dress as Santa, nearly driving him to tears as the couple sits on his lap. In a twist, turns out Santa is real, but he won't be returning to this house. Number 2, having a breakdown over Papyrus font. Since 2009, Gosling's Steven has been haunted by the blockbuster Avatar and its questionable audacity to use the Papyrus font.
Not this again.
I forgot about it for years, but then I remembered that Avatar, the giant international blockbuster, used the Papyrus font as its logo.
It seems inconsequential, but Steven acts as if he's uncovered an earth-shattering conspiracy that nobody else recognizes the magnitude of. Gosling fully commits to the role, and the sketch's cinematic production values add to the unwarranted gravitas.
I don't even think this is literally Papyrus. Maybe that was the starting point, but they clearly modified this.
But whatever they did, it wasn't enough!
James Cameron himself found the sketch funny, although he was surprised that SNL put so much time and energy into such an absurd premise. The Avatar director didn't even know it was Papyrus font when designer Pete Stugard strategically chose it for the logo. Cameron stands by the font choice, but he owes Gosling a role in Avatar 3, 4, or 5 after the turmoil Steven has endured.
You know what you did? I know what you did!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Guy who just joined Soho House. Gosling pulls off the preppy look without being punchable.
You gotta be a member to get in. Now, nothing gets your member in like a exclusive clue.
Exclusive clue?
That's exclusive club. I have a shameful schwanz.
Playing jazz flute in a dive bar. We need to know this musician's full backstory.
Thank you for calling it a rock and roll flute. It's not just a flute, it's deeper than that.
Oh, I know it is. I remember the first time I called it just a flute, and you kicked me directly in my underbags.
Being a naughty elf. Gosling's Gumdrop should have been censored.
We deserve it. We're not fit to lick your boot.
But we'll do it if you force us to.
A cool sketch cut for time. A strange sitcom episode becomes a very special one when Gosling drinks and drives.
This party's really fun. It's too bad we're running out of beer. I've had a lot to drink. I'll drive my car and get us more.
Okay.
Great.
Angelo Skaggs. The mullet is back, courtesy of Gosling.
Oh, hey there, Colin. Where'd you get that tie, huh? The bad tie store?
Oh, boy!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Cracking up over a close encounter. As mentioned before, Gosling is at his best when he breaks, and nothing ignited the chuckles like the close encounter sketches.
A robe made out of warm, glowing energy?
Yeah, like a blanket made out of pure love.
Yeah, a little different for me.
Gosling portrays one of 3 people who had an extraterrestrial experience. The other 2 are played by Cecily Strong and Kate McKinnon, the latter of whom goes into graphic detail.
Yeah, the light laid me down like a baby in a meadow near my house. I was smiling and weeping, tears of joy, sir.
McKinnon gets the most screen time, but when Gosling is on camera, he can't contain the laugh riot within. The next close encounter proved even more challenging, with McKinnon interacting directly with Gosling, face to butt.
So my theory is, right, they thought I had, like, broken into two pieces and they were trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together again.
Even when he's turned around with a hat covering his face, Gosling laughs so hard that he can't stay still. One can't help but wonder if McKinnon was tasked with breaking Gosling, although it's not like he's complaining.
Like he was breaking in a catcher's mitt. Another one of these idiots was just like jamming his face in there, looking for the source of the tear. And I was like, hey.
What's your favorite Ryan Gosling SNL moment? Let us know in the comments.
I haven't felt this excited since I saved Jazz.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.